The Ginderberry program is essentially a program that has existed now for a number of years in support of young mums who, in many ways, once they fall pregnant and they're still school age, there's not a lot of options for them.
The full name is actually Naanggu Dhalayikurr Ginda Barri, which means Mother, Child, Happy Place. It's a program designed to help young women complete their education, because a lot of young mums have dropped out falling pregnant or caring responsibilities, and they don't even get to complete year 9 or beyond, let alone get a job. There was this huge number of young ladies coming in who would just, when you'd ask them about their education and employment history, that's part of building a resume, they would just physically crumple and their head would go down, and that whole shame was, oh, I didn't finish, I did year 9, or, you know, because I had a baby and, you know, all the rest of it. And I just thought, this is just wrong. So we started in 2015, we did 2 days a week, and they were just doing community and family studies, so we just started with that. And then the girls were asking for more. They really wanted to sort of get into a bit more and actually go to the real classes with the other students and sort of overcome that initial, I'm too old, I'm not going to school, the shame factor. The former principal, Mr. Mark Morrison, was fairly active with community housing and had discussions with them and also with some of the local members about the need to have stable accommodation, safe, appropriate accommodation for these young women to help them raise their children and to help them to come to school. It was really encouraging to find out that the government had made a massive commitment of about $5.5 million to build these flats to make it happen. And I think that's a really positive step.
Here on the Mid-North Coast, we have a huge population of homeless people or people that are couch surfing. The current rental market is increasing and youth locally have no opportunities to gain housing.
It is very hard for any Aboriginal, not only just young females, to find accommodation. We
had a 16-year-old young mum a couple of years back with her first child, and she was such a good mum. But she's 16, her partner was 17, and they had no rent, nowhere to go. So they finally got a little house. You could see through the floorboards, the grass was growing up from outside in the kitchen. There was mould everywhere. So that was, you know, one memory that has stuck with me, going into her home to help her. You know, they were always sick. I thought, any wonder they were always sick. The mould was appalling. You know, that's just not appropriate.
The housing development is 22 units, all 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom open plan. They all have small courtyards out the back. They're across the road from Macleay Vocational College, around the corner from the South Kempsey Primary School. There's a bus stop at the end of the road, and they're about 10 minutes to the Kempsey CBD. The complex is specifically built for young mums with babies who are looking at pursuing education or continuing their education.
Macleay Vocational College's role within Ginderberry is to provide schooling, food, assistance, education. It's the girls' main support network, and anything that we do for the mums here is provided and funneled through the vocational college.
Not just about the girls getting their HSC, it's a holistic program in identifying the barriers to getting employment or finishing an education. Housing is a huge one. You can't commit to study and getting a job and that, trying to mind a child while you're homeless. Our program is unique in that we bring all the services here, we pick them up, we provide meals, we have a regular drop for those that are struggling. We get food donated from the food banks at the end of the week, so we can take, you know, fresh fruit, vegetables, meat, bread, healthy stuff. We try to promote healthier lifestyles. We have the RTO here, so we can actually do the vet qualifications. They don't have to go to TAFE and try and find childcare, and sometimes courses run at night, and it's just not doable, and they just You know, it goes in the too hard basket. And that's what's unique about this program is we help enable and encourage the girls. We do this one-stop shop approach, bring everything here. You have to make the service fit the needs of your client base, not make your clients fit the need of the funding or what your organisation's about.
I guess that the whole thing is to try and break that cycle from social housing. And with education, they could go from social housing to affordable housing and then own their own property.
And this is great having this across here. They've got somewhere really nice that, you know, if they clean up, it actually looks clean and tidy. Hinges in the kitchen aren't falling off and things like that. Yeah. Something to give them a sense of self-worth and a bit of pride that they're worthy of having a nice home. You know, a lot of times they feel like they're not good enough.
Of our 20 Year 12 graduates, which is a great result for us, 6 of them were parents and a number of them are living across the road as part of that CHL Ginda Barri Centre partnership. So that to us says that it works.
I'm hoping that the future of this program is that it will continue on for a few more generations yet and help to make those differences, because there's always going to be young women who start a family for whatever reason, and we shouldn't be judgmental about why they've fallen pregnant or what's happening. We just should be supportive and allow them to continue their education and raise healthy children. Places like this need to continue into the future, to be there to support these young ones, help them achieve those dreams and goals. And I think that a lot of other communities should look at the model and maybe consider, can we do this here?